Hey, sister girls, it's your big sister Abby Rodell, and this is Full Roster, your go to dating podcast for advice, hilarious stories, tough love, and a deep dive into the shit show that is the dating world. Welcome to Full Roster. Hey, sister girls, welcome to the first episode of Full Roster. I am so excited to get into this. Thank you so much to the ones who are tuning in, listening. I'm very nervous and very excited for this journey to start this podcast. So, I just want to kind of introduce what these podcasts and every episode is going to look like. Obviously, things can change. The further I go with this, things might change a little bit. But for now, I'm going to have 3 segments. The first segment is called Roster Rundown. It is basically going to be pop culture, celebrity dating. I'm going to go over what's, happening with the celebrities, and sometimes I might even talk about my own dating life. I'm no celebrity by any means, but I might throw in like my own dating stuff in there. The second segment and the bulk of the episode is going to be Sister Circle, and that's where I'm going to be reading stories and advice from the girlies who are writing in to the Full Roster Pod. And just going to give my big sister advice, some tough love, hopefully some laughs in there. And then the third segment is going to be called Inbox Audacity. And this is just going to be to close out the show. I'm going to read a 2 to 3 wild and unhinged messages in the inbox from men. I think that'll be a good laugh and a good way to close the show. Without further ado, I guess let's dive in. Roster rundown. I have a couple things happening in the celebrity world. The first one is TikTok star Chris Olsen finally showed who his boyfriend is, and that would be Harrison Doherty. He's been blurring his face out on TikTok for like 6 months now. So the fact that he finally revealed him, figured I'd throw that in here. Second is Love Island All Stars. I don't know if you girlies watch Love Island or not. I am a freak about it. I watch UK, US, and Australia are like my big 3. And then I always watch All Stars. So they have revealed a new All Stars is coming out on January 12th of 2026. And I'm so excited. However, they did release the first like initial cast. Not super thrilled with who I saw. I'm really excited about Curtis and Casey, but those are like the only 2 guys that I'm really excited about. Hopefully the bombshells are just going to come in and kill it and be super fan favorites. Until I have sponsorships, here's a quick plug, sisters. If you're all about fashion, fitness, and lifestyle inspo, head over to my LTK. I'm dropping my favorite looks, workout must-haves, and items I use on the daily. The best part about it is you can shop everything in one place. Follow me at Abby Rodell and get in on all of the looks I am serving. So that brings us into Sister Circle. I think this is probably going to be my favorite segment of this whole podcast. So I'm just going to dive in. These are stories or advice that women have written in, and everything's anonymous. I'm not going to say any names, but I am going to give some advice, some laughing. Hopefully, we laugh. I want us to laugh, cry, grow, all of this together. Okay, here's the first one. I'm going to start with what we all know. It's the guy's fault. He's the one to blame and has the obligation of loyalty. But I want to know why women are open to entertaining men in relationships. And I'm talking where they know they're in one. What do you hope for? As a recently single woman, I wouldn't give a knowingly taken man the time of day regardless of attention or response. I just want a POV because I can't wrap my head around it. I'm probably not the best person to ask or answer this because I feel the exact same way. I don't understand it. I've got friends, girlfriends that have hooked up and been, friends with benefits with married men. Their thought process and opinion on that is he's going to cheat with somebody. It's not their obligation to respect his marriage if he is clearly disrespecting it. And so that is kind of their mindset about it. I think, from my opinion, I couldn't do that. It aggressively turns me off if I know that a man is married or in a relationship and he comes on to me in any capacity. So that could not be me. I also think that if you invite that kind of cheating into your life knowingly, the karma, it's not going to be great. You're inviting all aspects of cheating into your life. I'm not saying you're going to get cheated on. I'm just saying you're making it kind of a normal thing in your life. Are you going to be more apt to stay with once you're in a relationship or once you're married? Are you going to be more apt to stick around if they're cheating on you? I don't know. Couldn't be me. I don't want any capacity of cheating anywhere near or around me. I want nothing to do with that. Number two, after 10 years of ups and downs, I decided to move to another state with him. I know, not smart. I thought we were finally going to be good. We've been great the last couple of years, so I tried a fresh start with him. I had given him my debit card to grab some stuff from the store, and he can't remember where he put it. So while he was at work, I tore our house and vehicles apart looking for it. I got to his car and innocently thinking maybe it's in his visor, so I opened the mirror cover and out falls a condom. We don't use them as I am fixed. I'm so hurt and upset, I don't even know how to approach him with this. I am so far away from everyone I know, I just don't know what to do. What about the kids? I've already got them in school and settled here. Okay, let's be real. You didn't innocently think it was in his visor. Come on. You were looking for stuff. I mean, people don't keep a debit card in a visor. You were out there looking, you started cleaning, fishing around, and you found something that you didn't like. And that definitely happens to the best of us. I've been there, done that, trust me. As far as the kids go, I don't have kids. It's very easy for me to leave relationships and marriages. I've done both. Because I don't have kids, I can't imagine what it's like to try to stay for the kids. I can't speak on that. I do know that kids are incredibly resilient. And while fresh starts are hard, they are going to grow. And honestly, it will probably make them a more resilient human and adult. I know that might not be what you want to hear. If you have a condom in your car and you haven't been using condoms because you're fixed, that's a red flag. I guess I would first ask him, how long has that thing been up there? Do you know that's newly up there? Have you looked in the visor before and it wasn't there since you guys have moved? Because the reason I ask that is because I've been in relationships, like long-term relationships where we're not using condoms anymore. And I still have condoms in my like medical kit. You never know if someone's going to need one. Maybe he has that same mentality. How old are your kids? I don't know. You didn't really say. I mean, are your kids like in high school? Are they about to start being sexually active? I don't know. There's a lot here. Go get in his phone, girl. Such terrible advice. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's definitely what I would do. But if you're fishing around trying to look for stuff, I mean, listen, I go through phones. You can't tell me different. The girls that say, I would never go through my man's phone, good for you. Do you want a gold star? I don't know. I go through phones. And any man that is going to be with me is going to be okay with that. Because if he asked me to go through my phone, I would give it to him, no questions asked. I have zero to hide. And I would hope that my partner feels the same way. Anyway, that was such a tangent. I don't know, girl. You got some hard conversations that you need to have with this guy. Going through the phone would be like the fastest way to get down to the bottom of it. I'm hoping that he's had that condom in there for a while or is keeping it there for safekeepings for your kids if they're, getting to the age where they're sexually active. So good luck with that, girl. How do you get over being betrayed by the person you thought you were going to marry? I just keep finding out more as the weeks pass, and it is excruciating. I had never experienced a love at this depth, one I could feel, not just something I talked myself into. But now I'm realizing the whole relationship was a lie and was all an act for him. I feel sick. The worst part is he doesn't care at all how it's affecting me. I don't want him back. I just need validation that some part of it was real so I do not go insane. Can anyone offer guidance, encouragement, or hope? I don't know the extent of the betrayal. I would assume he's out cheating on you. I had a boyfriend that turned out to be a narcissist, a very bad narcissist. And I understand when you say that you've never had a love at that depth, because I always felt after I dated him that I was never going to find a love like that because I loved him so much. And as messed up as that is, like, it wasn't real love. It was on my end, but I've never had that where I was so deeply in love with someone and they truly loved me back, because my narcissist ex, he did not love me back. He had no capacity to love anybody but himself. Dude doesn't even love his kids. I mean, truly deep down. He can only and will only truly love himself. When you say that you need validation that some part of it is real, I found a lot of closure and strength in saying that it was all fake. Honestly, like when I found out about him and all of the bullshit that he does and did in his past and all of the secrets he was hiding and the lies, I actually found solace and closure in just saying that whole entire relationship was fake. I know the love was real on my end. On his, it was fake. He was incapable of ever loving me, even though he said he did. Incapable of it. So I can't give you any advice to know that it was real. I hope that you know that it was obviously real on your end, but it helped me actually thinking that it was fake. And maybe if you turned it to that mindset, I don't know if that would help you or not. That's just kind of what helped me. It was all fake. Every single thing he said was a lie, which is probably mostly true. I feel like 100% of the things he said was either a half truth or a full lie. And I don't know how this man is in your story, if he is a narcissist or not. But if he is, I would suggest maybe having that mindset as well. That's what helped me. I'm really, really sorry you're going through that, girl. It takes a long time to get over. I still have negative reactions towards cheaters because of that relationship. It affects my relationships now. It's something that I'm working on in therapy. Only time is going to help you out, and I suggest maybe finding a therapist, which is so funny coming from me because I really pushed off therapy for a long, long time, but it really has helped a lot. I'm sorry, sister. That's really tough. I hate that you're going through that. I just found out my fiance kissed another woman during a bachelor's trip over the weekend. I don't want to call off the wedding, but what do I even do now? Leave. Leave. You leave. You call off the wedding. If this dude is out here kissing women on a bachelor's trip, he is around all of his friends. I'm hoping that his friends said it was probably a bad idea, unless they're total fucking douchebags and are also like him and cheating on their fiancés, wives, and girlfriends. But that would lose my full trust. I don't know if this is maybe the first time you've been cheated on, since you do want to proceed with the wedding. It sounds like you said you don't want to call off the wedding, but this is just the beginning. You guys are in your honeymoon phase, and he's out here cheating on you. What's going to keep him, once you're married, from going out on you again? Absolutely nothing. It's going to be harder for you to leave. So I understanding not wanting to ditch the wedding. You probably have invites out. People are excited about it. You've spent a shit ton of money on it, but it is not worth your time, sister. I would cancel that shit immediately. And that's some tough love. But I would say if you do want to proceed with the wedding, before you guys get married, you have to go to couples therapy and you have to work through this before the marriage. So if you're not willing to call it off, I would at least postpone it. You cannot proceed with the wedding if you are harboring feelings about him doing this to you. If you are harboring trust issues, you cannot go into a marriage with trust issues already. It will not work. It's only going to get worse. So I would say before you get married, if you want to work this out, you have got to go to therapy or at least talk through, a third party and make sure that you are fully trusting him again, because that is just no way to start a marriage. Okay, this is the last one of Sister Circle. Why am I struggling so hard to let this go? My husband and I have been together 14 years. He's cheated on me 3 times. Once in the beginning of our relationship. The second time was a couple years ago that I never knew about until recently. The last one was the hardest one. The first 2 were kissing because he was so drunk. The last one was with a friend of mine and it went way beyond kissing. I literally love this man so much. I'm scared to let him go. I'm scared he's going to find someone better. Or if he does find someone, they will change him for the better and they will get the best version of him. Is this normal? Girl, I hate that you even feel that about yourself. I've always had the mindset of if they find somebody better, I wasn't the one for them. That is just how it's meant to be. And they weren't the one for me. So I don't think there's someone better to find. It might be someone better, more suited better for him. Anyway, you need to let him go. He's cheating on you. Okay. How do you even know he's being honest about the first 2 times? He's saying those were just kissing, but he literally fucked your friend, it sounds like. You need to ditch them both. Both of them get the boot. That's crazy. I'd first of all kick my friend's ass. You're getting your ass kicked, girl. Because, mm-mm, mm-mm. That's crazy. Yeah, I am willing to bet that the first 2 were probably more than kissing. That's just what he's told you to make them sound better because that's what men love to do. I bet you he only told you that this one went beyond kissing because you caught him or something along those lines. You have evidence that it was beyond kissing. And that's probably the only reason that he told you this one went beyond kissing. I would bet my entire life savings that the first 2 were also beyond kissing. You just don't have the proof. So keep that in mind. You love this man so much and you're scared to let him go. What about you? Do you love yourself? You're telling me here that you don't love yourself. In your lifetime, you spend more time with yourself than literally anybody else. It is so, so, so important that you love yourself. I think that you need to leave this man and you need to work on you. You need to figure out how you love yourself more. Don't worry about him treating somebody better. He's not going to treat anybody better. Sorry. I rarely think that cheaters change. I think maybe there have been a couple examples in my life that are positive examples that cheaters can change. At least I hope that's the case. But I would say overall they don't change. And something tells me he's going to go on to the next girl and he's going to be cheating on her too. And he's not going to change. And you're going to be by yourself, working on yourself, loving yourself. And by the way, he's going to come back around. When you dump his ass and you start loving yourself and looking hotter and being stronger mentally, you're going to have an air of confidence that is so attractive. This motherfucker is going to come back around and he's going to want to get in your life again. Don't fucking let him. Do not let him, please. Kick him out for good. He's going to tell you that he's changed. He's not. He just wants you because now you're more confident and people are attracted to that. This is probably a normal thing. You asked me, is this normal? It probably is for women who don't love themselves or who are low confidence or have low self-esteem. This probably is normal. I have no problem leaving somebody. The second someone cheats on me, see ya. Not doing it. I'm also going to fucking ruin your life. I'm going to find out who you're talking to and I'm going to reach out to them too. And we're going to be besties. That is probably not normal, but it gives me closure, man. I love becoming besties with the girls that my dude is talking to if I get cheated on. I find big time closure in that. That's fucked up, probably. I'm fucked up in the head, guys. Hey sisters, before we wrap up with our last segment, if you want even more behind the scenes, daily vibes, and want to get to know me on a more personal level, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Abby Rodell. That's ABBEYROEDEL. I share everything from fashion, fitness, and lifestyle to funny or frustrating personal moments. I'd love to see you there. Slide into my DMs and say hi. The last segment is Inbox Audacity, and I've just got a couple messages that I can share with you guys. The first one is, "Hi, pretty lady. Why is my meaty friend throbbing for you?" I'd probably say something back like, "My meaty friend is throbbing for you too, baby." Be like, okay, this girl's fucking sick. The second one is, "Merry Christmas. I think it would be a good Christmas gift to see your titties." I think it would be a good Christmas gift for you to shut the fuck up. Okay? Merry Christmas. That is all for this week, sister girls. Thank you so much for listening. Come back next week for more belly laughs and wild dating stories. Until then, may your DMs be smooth and your red flags be very obvious. See ya. Thank you for listening to Full Roster. You can find me on all socials at Full Roster Pod, and you can watch with video on YouTube. See you next week.